So I am here at the Planet Fitness, and what I found out is I've actually known this for a little bit, and I wanted to look more into it. Planet Fitness, in their class lineup, also has a design your own program thing, and so basically I'm going in for a session where I will get to talk to somebody about designing a gym program I could do. I feel like a lot of people were, sorry if it's loud, were confused when I said I didn't like the gym. It's not about like absolutely needing to like work out by myself. My thing about gyms is there's basically a bunch of people working out by themselves. So there's no focus, no program, no you should do this, this, and this, no kind of like instruction or like, I mean, there's a lot of people who go to the gym and BS, to be quite honest. So I guess my clarifying statement is what I don't like is not having a plan. And I think working, yes, there's a bunch of machines, but you could just be, so what? Like, I don't know which machines to use. I don't really have the background to build a good program for myself. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to do this session, take in as much information as I can. And since it comes with my Planet Fitness membership, like, why not? So yeah, I've just been trying to figure out where it fits best in sort of the craziness of my life. All right, we'll see what happens. So, disappointment. I got into, they let me sign up for this thing, but then when I got here, they were like, oh, we don't have a trainer and we haven't hired a new one. But they told me I could go to another Planet Fitness and just find out what their schedule is, since my home club doesn't have a trainer, and still get a design your own program. But I actually have a job I'm preparing for, so this like fit perfectly in my schedule. And basically the sign up didn't make it clear that nobody was going to be here, but whatever. I walked in and tried. I just got on 2 machines and then I jumped in the shower. I did forget to tell you guys, I have a fitness watch. It's a Garmin. Maybe I'll do a bigger review on this. Before this, I've had a fitness watch for the last 2 years, so I'm always tracking my steps and my activity levels. Even at the worst of times, like that hasn't gone out. So like my devices are already primed and ready for me to get back on program, and have shown me how much I've drifted off program. But since the personal trainer wasn't there, I can completely change the theme of this video and talk about sort of one, people seem to misunderstand me when I said I don't like the gym. I'm not saying I don't like exercise. I'm saying I don't like the actual gym. And the reason why is that it's an uncontrolled space. There's a lot of things to do, but no guidance on how to do it, the best way to do it, or any kind of like program for using these many choices of devices in there and the many ways you could do them in order. I go into the gym and I get overwhelmed by the amount of choices, and that's just a personal me thing and the way my brain works. And you at some point have to accept the way your brain works, like the things that cause you stress that aren't as stressful for other people. Like even when people take me out to eat and like I'm given this like huge menu of stuff I've never eaten before, there's this huge moment of stressing out about sort of all the choices. I almost rather a limited amount of choices, just because it'll make it easier. And I'm like talking about like, even if we go out to eat like healthy food, there's like, I know exactly what I don't like, and that part is easy to eliminate. And it's almost easier when I can almost eliminate like 90% of the menu because I don't like it. And I'm a horrible picky eater. Like, I don't like sweet potatoes. I don't like mushrooms. I don't like a lot of pre-made salads. Like, I prefer like almost customizing my salad, because everybody wants to put tomatoes in salads and I hate tomatoes. That's not 100% true. I don't mind sun-dried tomatoes, but like actual pure like tomatoes, like big slices of an actual tomato, my mom adored them. I hated tomatoes. I've never liked tomatoes. I don't like mayonnaise, and it's like, I don't like things made with mayonnaise. Yes, I don't like potato salad. I don't like macaroni salad. I am an annoying picky eater, but it sometimes makes it easier when you just flat out don't like it, to just like, or you're not that attached to it. If you're not that attached to it, it's easy to like give something up. And so there's stuff in the gym where it's like, no, that's not true. Like, everything in the gym is like, I don't know how to approach it. I don't know how to sort of create a program or a plan that's actually going to work towards the goals I want to work towards. I am interested personally in strength training. I know I need to do some cardio because cardio is just good. I know I need to do some stretching because stretching helps you not injure yourself. But actually, like, being able to go in with a plan and do things is not something like I'm good at the gym, and it almost paralyzes me. Like, the only thing I'll do, and I was doing it even before I made that video, was when I would go to the gym and I had enough time and I wasn't just there for a run in, run out shower, which I have done on many occasions. I would jump on the treadmill for 20 to 30 minutes and then go take a shower. But I just feel like I'm at the point where I can do more than that. And I want to start pushing myself towards doing more than that. But I don't actually know what to do. And that's what I mean by I don't like the gym. Like, I actually like gym classes or fitness classes because the class is going to be focused on a particular thing, be that strength training, cardio, whatever. It's going to be focused on that thing. And that's what I like about the videos. It's focused on a particular thing, and you have an instructor there instructing you through doing that thing. Now, a lot of people are really good at taking those kinds of videos and then adapting them out. I am not. But I am disappointed. I thought I would walk out today with some sort of plan I could use 3 or 4 days a week in the gym, and that's not what happened. And eventually, I'll figure out, going to another Planet Fitness and trying to take advantage of the fact that design your own program exists. But like, not tomorrow and not the day after. I have been doing my fitness videos, in the park, but right now it's very unplanned and random, and it's more like putting it back into my head to like re-put fitness into my life. As far as eating, like, I haven't gone back to, I cheated twice, I'm gonna say. I had bags of M&Ms while I was on site at the work site in San Jose. I haven't been back to Berkeley rep, so I'm not near that candy bowl anymore. I worked there for like 6 weeks, and then that contract ended, and then I had some downtime, and then I started working in this event site out in San Jose, and they have snacks and coffee, which is relatively common in the theater and event industry, is just to have snacks and coffee out for people. There's a lot of hurry up and wait in my career, and so you're hurrying up and then you're just waiting. You're waiting for people to place equipment, you're waiting for information about what needs to be done, and so there's a lot of sometimes just standing around and waiting. And a lot of times what these snacks do is they fill in those gaps. If anybody has ever worked in film and television, it's a lot of the same. I mean, that's why crafty is such a big. I ended up eating a bag of M&Ms one day and a bag of M&Ms another day. I had some pop chips, but pop chips aren't the worst thing on the planet. But they also had these little bags of, I stole one. Do I have one in the front seat still? There were these little bags of like almonds and cranberries and cashews. And what I started doing is I made myself grab those. And that helped a lot. And it wasn't as bad a thing to be snacking on. Like, when I control my whole day, it's one thing if I can actually make breakfast, make lunch, make dinner, only be pulling from the kind of food that I'm buying. Like, that's a day that's easier to control. But when I wake up early in the morning and then I have like a granola bar or an apple or something for breakfast and a cup of tea, and then I go into this work site where I'm literally trapped for the next 8 to 10 hours, like, lunch and dinner then get slightly out of my control, and I can only pick from the options that I have. And it's hard. Like, when you've been on your feet for like 4 hours and you finally get your lunch break, and you're like, and even if some of that is standing around, you've just been either standing or working, or standing, a mix of standing and working for 4 hours straight. And then you get released into this wonderful moment of freedom called lunch break. and there's this beautiful spread in front of you, and you have to suddenly like lock yourself back into discipline, because like you have no control, and you can't really leave sight because you're not going to make it back in time. In fact, that's why they were having meals on site, because basically the way the labor law works is we can either get an hour walk away, which is supposed to be enough time to like leave the site, get food, return, and haven't consumed that food. Now that's mostly a lie, because what you end up doing is driving somewhere at lunchtime when everybody on the planet's at lunch. You get in the line, you finally get your food, and you're shoving food in your face as you drive back to your work site. And so like the hour walk away is foolish. Or if they gave us a half-hour lunch, what they would do is provide lunch for us, which is great, because that means that half hour is actually a relaxing hour, and not you darting out to your vehicle or on foot to try to find food, eat it, and still come back and have some sort of break. So it's sort of it's a wonky thing. But like you're in a situation where like you have very limited control over what your options even are, and sometimes there are no healthy options. Now, I do need to get smarter about making sure when I walk into a place there's food on my mind, but when you wake up and you got to get to work in like 30, it's hard. Now, that is an excuse that I need to work through, but that's sort of some of the difficulty in controlling the food. Food, I think, though, is like moving in a positive direction. I always have fruit available for a quick grab. I have little bags of almonds available for a quick grab, and they don't make me unhappy. Like there's nothing unhappy about. It's not like when I'm eating the almonds and the craisin mix that I'm thinking, oh, I wish I had M&Ms. I'm not. I'm perfectly happy with the almonds and craisins. The problem comes when I want a snack, even if it's for boredom, and I just face the fact that I am going to a boredom snack. And it's easier to replace that with something healthy that's going to do less damage than try to just not eat anything. Because in those cases, the substitution like works. And the reason why something like almonds works as opposed to like some sort of stand-in candy is if I have the stand-in candy, I'm thinking about what the real candy tastes like. Because I know that was a thing that came up in the comments. If I have something that I still like that tastes nothing like candy, that's not a substitution, that's not an imitation, that's not some healthier version of the quote-unquote bad thing, then I'm not thinking about the fact that I don't have the real thing. I'm just enjoying the fact that I like this other thing. I.e., if I'm eating an apple for a snack, I love apples. I think apples are like the greatest thing ever. Apples are amazing. I remember one time I hadn't eaten apples in a while, and I bit into an apple, and it was like, oh my God. But that's a much more healthy system for me than trying to have healthier versions of things that are sweets or goodies or things like that. So, yeah. And as for exercise, like, I'm piecing my way through it, trying to put back together something that works with this lifestyle. What is this giant piece of lint? Where did that come from? Anyway, I'll pick that up later when I find it. Anyway, that's all I have to say. So, on one hand, I tried and I failed. On the other hand, I still got 30 minutes of exercise in. I did 2 machines, and then I went and took a shower and headed on out. All right. See you later, friends. Enjoy your day. P.S. At some point, I'll do a more full review of my Garmin. I kind of love it. I think it's better than any Fitbit out there, and I can get into details as of why. But I basically love this thing, especially the fact that, like a smartwatch, like I can get things like the weather, I can see my messages, like it's really great, and the heart rate tracking throughout the day is also awesome, so I kind of love it. And it's actually waterproof, not just water resistant. Like most fitness bands are only water resistant, not waterproof. I could actually swim in this thing, so I kind of love it. My last fitness band was also a Garmin product, and yeah, I'll talk more about this in another video.